Well, I finally got a project that is meant for me and I'm very excited about it, and hopefully I'll be able to get it done at my retreat with my guild. But if we don't, you'll see a little bit of sewing here, you'll see a little bit of sewing in Lake Tahoe, but otherwise it's going to be fantastic. So way back at Christmas time, I impulse bought the kitty litter jelly roll from Pammie Jane. It's a Dear Stella collection. I know I've talked about it a couple times on here. It's a blender. It's adorable. I love it so much. And I just went ahead and bought a jelly roll because I also have a fat quarter bundle, and it's so cute, so cute. And I bought the jelly roll not having any plan for it. And coming up to my retreat, I needed a project. Well, I wanted a project that I could do with it. And I found the perfect Cluck Cluck sew pattern, but then I needed coordinates. So I went online to Hawthorne Threads and bought what they had that would coordinate. And also, since I was buying the background fabric, I also bought the binding and the wide back. So this project is gonna be like a done deal, ready to go. The only thing I'll need in the end is batting. So let me show you all this cuteness, and yeah, let's get ready to do it. Let me go grab it. Okay, so the pattern that I'm doing is Jelly Twist, and I thought it was just gonna be the perfect little amount of color splash through there because these aren't big prints at all. It is a blender line, and so I thought this would be the perfect way to use it up and have it oh so cute. Actually, I'm realizing you can't really see the print on here, but here's the jelly roll. I believe there's only one of each color, so that's gonna allow this to have even more color to it. And I went ahead and played it safe. I did a white background, but I did the white background that is the kitty litter fabric. So this fabric is all kitty litter. And so Hawthorne Threads was out of the like white. So this is the natural or neutral or something. So you still see those kitties on there. It's gonna be so cute. And I figured, I'm doing kitty litter on the front. Why don't I look at the wide back, see what they have in 108? And they had some, so let me show you that cuteness as well. So this is the Space, is what this one's called. It's the wide back, so I've got 108 by 2 yards, I believe. And I figured since I was doing Space for the backing, I would get the 45 with the fabric, 44, whatever, regular with the fabric for the binding. So this is the same one in Space, where it's the navy blue with some purpley kitties on there, some aqua kitties, and look, my nails even kind of match it today. So I haven't cut any of this out just yet. I'm heading up to my retreat very soon. And so I figured this one would have been too crazy to kind of cut out and figure out and lay out in advance. So when you see me cutting this out soon, I will probably be in lovely Lake Tahoe, getting ready to get my sojo on this weekend. So let's drive on up there and I'll meet you at my cutting mat. Okay, so I'll try and talk loud because there's a big noisy truck out here, but now all of my Jelly Twist pieces are cut. My background pieces in 3 sizes. These are my jelly roll strips that I cut down. These are the ones that I booted out because I felt like they weren't as bright and exciting, but they'll get used eventually. So now I've got to sew, I think these ones go to this size, and these kind of mix and match between there. So I'm gonna start by sewing all of these to there, and we'll go from there. I think that's at least my plan. We'll see what happens and how that plan changes.
Okay, so we're out here after sunset, so here we are outside again, but my blocks, my jelly twist blocks are all finished. I just have to square them up to, I think it's 10.5-inch square, but then the next time you'll see these will be at home with the design wall, getting it all laid out and ready to make into a quilt top. I love how this is turning out though. It's gonna be so much fun. So cute. Such fun little kitties.
Well, the reason why you're seeing me now instead of in a couple little clips is because I took this quilt to a sew day and I didn't record anything and I finished my quilt top. So yes, it is very much September right now and this video started in April, and I probably said something along the lines of, I'm gonna just go clear my design wall. My design wall is buried deep in other people's quilts to quilt, and just a lot of things going on. And so I just took this with me. I didn't set up my tripod this sew day. I was just like, oh, I'll just do this real quick, and boom, it's finished. And I love it so much. It turned out really cute. So here's little peeks at it. But we are still gonna quilt this, so I am going to figure out what I'm gonna do for my thread color. I think I'm gonna go with white because white is so dominant on here, but my backing, I left it somewhere. My backing is the 108, the space. Oh, I've got it right here. So this is what my backing is. I think white will be on there, or maybe I'll find like this purpley color so that it's kind of not super bright on there as a white, but it's not too stark of a difference, which I guess is saying the same thing. And because I don't want anything too stark on the front because there's so many colors. I already bought a specific pantograph for it, so I think instead of separating this into two videos, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll into the next. So I'm gonna go find my thread. I'm gonna go figure out one that coordinates well with that backing color without being too stark on there. And then I will meet you over at my Longarm to load the backing on and get everything all prepped and ready to quilt this cute little jelly twist, Cluck Cluck sew pattern, and be on its way, because then it means that I get a finished quilt to keep. So let's head over to the Longarm. All right, so we are basted in, we are locked and loaded, but it's also lunchtime, so I am quite hungry. So I'm gonna go eat lunch, and then when I come back, we're gonna quilt this kitty litter all the way up, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna do a white thread on the top, and then I have a light, I think it's called light turquoise. It's kind of this color. It was the closest I had to that color, because this is my backing, and so I didn't want it to be stark white on there, so here's to hoping that it's not going to show through. And I can't remember what my design's called, so I'll pop in a picture here, maybe put a little caption, but it's these little like kitty heads and then like a little paw print. Cali Quilt Co had it on a shop sample from Maywood Studios, and I was like, I need to know that design. It's perfect for my quilt. So that's what's happening. So I'm going to go get lunch. I'm going to re-energize so we can tackle this jelly twist beast, so then I can have my quilt done, because what's more fun than making a quilt than making a quilt for yourself? So let's get this done.
So I am loving how this turned out. I'm obsessed with it. And that makes it even better because it's mine, all mine. And I just love it so much. The blue, like, I have to look really hard to see it come through at the bobbin. And so it's just so perfect. The little kitty heads, little three-toed paw prints. But the blue was a great choice for the back leg because it would have been really stark as white. It looks so good. So now I've got to get this off the frame, trim up my wide back, make my binding. Well, actually, I think I already made my binding. And then finish it up. And then it's done, and I get to use it and love it and squeeze it and call it my own. And hopefully Trixie will help me because it's just so cute. Oh, this kitty litter. I just love it so much. Oh, so cute. Okay, for reals. Getting this off the frame now. So here we are, started in April for my retreat, finished in October-ish, but ready to party. My jelly twist quilt is all done. Oh, I love it so much. It turned out so good. I think this is the perfect pattern for if you have a jelly roll that's basically just like a blender that doesn't have much of anything on it when you hold it far away. Because if you were to do a bigger print, I feel like it would get a jelly roll, it would get chopped up and lost in there, but it's so cute. I'm so very excited. This is perfectly perfect with how I expected it to turn out, and the quilting on there just really makes it with those little kitty heads and those paw prints. I'm so glad I found out what design that was from a shop sample at Cali Quilt Co, because I don't think I would have been as happy with anything else. But in the meantime, let me kind of give you a little peek around. And so this was a good size. It was like 60 by 80, give or take. So yes, that wide back was perfect. And look at how that blue turned out on there. I think if I did white, it would have been super stark. But look, it like you don't even see it pop through on the front at all. You just see the white on the front, the turquoisey blue on the back, which blends perfectly with the turquoisey space colored kitties is what this colorway of the kitty litter fabric is. And so I'm just so excited. I think now that Halloween is over, this may be my couch quilt, so I may hang it over the back for a little bit until I go somewhere and need to take it with me. But I don't have any trips planned besides trips to the couch, so I am so excited with this. This is definitely going to be one I keep in the back of my brain for any size, because love Cluck Cluck sew patterns because they're so inclusive and have all these different sizes in them. So I could always cut up scraps, I could always cut up a jelly roll, I could have big ones, small ones. It's so good. So now that we're all done, it is time to sneak a peek at the final reveal photos, but I want to show you that binding first. Oh, it's so cute. I love this kitty litter fabric. I hope it lasts forever and is the next kind of popular thing like Moda Grunge. Can you imagine if I paired a quilt with grunge and kitty litter? My world might explode. It'd be so cute.
So I'm going to get this outside for you so you can see all of it in its entirety and all its bright and happy and fun colors. And then I'm gonna go on the couch and snuggle it up and maybe take a nap. So I will see you outside with the reveal photos and then again soon for another fun quilty crafty project.